Hey, so what's going on, boys and girls? So today I am planning to do an oil change or transmission oil change on this 740i. And for the oil that I'm using will be this ATF from Liqui Moly Top Tec 1800. It has all sorts of compatibility or exceeds those certain requirements of those oils listed here. And as you can see, these are 1 liter each. I actually have 7 of this. What I'm gonna do today is just drain and fill. So I don't know exactly how much oil that I'll be able to drain out of this bad boy using that drain plug only. I'm not gonna change the filter or the oil pan. So let's see how it goes. And I suppose I should be able to use less than 7 liters. One of this bottle is about 1 liter each. So I have 3 here, I have 4 down here. So, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get started by lifting this car up and make sure the parking brake is on. It's only on the rear side and the air suspension is actually disabled. And here you can see it's flashing, which means it is disabled, and the parking brake light is on, which means the parking brake is actually engaged, just to stay safe, you know. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, lift this car up and dismantle the underside of this car. All right, so the car is up and we got this cover. It's plastic cover covering the transmission, and this plastic cover is being held on by 12 10mm screws like this one that are here and all around that cover. So I'm going to take this off and so we can see the transmission. And so this is the 8-speed ZF transmission. I've been able to take the cover off, and as you can see, the drain plug is here and it's plastic, and the size I believe is 10, while the fill port is, let's focus that real quick. Let me bring up the light here. There you go. That is the fill plug, and I believe that's about 8 size Allen, and this is about 10. And the fill port and the drain plug are actually on the rear right side of the transmission, so it's on the passenger side towards the rear. That's the front, this is the rear, that's the left, this is the right side up top. So what I'm gonna do, by the way, the torque spec is actually written on here, so make sure you don't over tighten it. All right, so let me go ahead and undo the drain port or drain plug and then drain it out from here. And as you can see here, folks, it's already almost drained out. Like I said, I'm only doing a drain and fill without replacing the filter, aka the oil pan. I'll probably do that in about 100,000 miles. This car only has 50,000 miles, or almost 50,000 miles at this point. So I don't see, or I don't feel the need to replace this pan just yet. So anyway, that being said, it's still not actually expensive. You can buy the entire set. I mean, 7 liters of oil plus the original drain pan from FCP Euro for about 150 bucks. But my intention this time is not to replace the oil pan, just drain and fill. All right, so let me go ahead and close this up and refill this with brand new oil. All right, let's take a look at this Liqui Moly ATF Top Tec 1800. And it's actually a nice touch that they included this siphon material here. I don't know what they exactly call this, but it doesn't go all the way down. Let me pull this up. There, it's not even halfway through. And even if this plastic or manual pump tool that I have can fit inside this bottle, it's probably sitting up to here only. And there's still about half of oil left inside the bottle. So what I thought was, you know what, it's not gonna work for me. So I'm gonna remove it and transfer the oil into my clean, this is clean, red line container. That way, this one fits all the way through and the oil was overflowing already. But per instructions, the field temperature is roughly around 40 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit, it's Celsius. So I actually started the engine just now and waiting it to warm up. And to monitor the temperature of the transmission, you're gonna need something like this. I have the Faxwell NT510, which has the BMW data or programming in it. And so what I'm gonna do now is to cycle through the gears, reverse, drive, and then the manual shifting, just to cycle through the gears and for the oil to circulate around the transmission while waiting for the temperature to get up to about 40 degrees or 45 degrees Celsius. And that's per instructions on the BMW, and it's also on the label right by the oil pan. So you're not gonna miss that, it's green. That's about it. So I'm gonna loop through gears and back down later and see if we need to refill some more oil. I believe it still needs some more oil. All right. All right, so the transmission temperature is, or transmission oil temperature is now right around 49 degrees Celsius. So I'm gonna go down while the engine is running and see the field port and see how it goes. And so here we have it, folks. I've been able to drive the car for about 200 miles now. So that should have plenty of miles to circulate the new oil with the old one. Now, keep in mind, the oil capacity of this transmission is over 8 liters. And I've been only able to replace 3.5. This 1, 2, 3, no, this is half filled, or half full rather, 3.5. I ordered 7, so technically speaking, I could have done another drain and fill for another 3.5 liters, and that should be better. But I'm not gonna do it today. Maybe in a few thousand miles from now, I'm gonna do it again. I've ordered a total of 7 liters from Amazon. And if you buy this from FCP Euro, you're gonna get 7 liters of oil as well. But the only oil that will be drained out of the drain port is about 3.5 liters total, well, give or take 3 liters. So that being said, you still have the option to do another drain and fill after a couple of miles. And that should put you in a good spot of having more oil than old oil in your transmission. Now, a couple of things I'd like to mention about the driving impressions. Obviously, there's no problem, but I've noticed a couple of things or changes or differences. First and foremost is the shifting. During the first few miles, the shifting is kind of sluggish, if you will. And after 50, 100 miles, the shifting goes fast, goes back up to being fast again. But I would like to say it's not as fast or as crisp or as aggressive as before. Again, it's not really a problem, and it's something that's not going to be noticed by someone who drove it the first time. But if you own the vehicle, definitely, and if you've driven it for several thousand miles already, like I did, then obviously that is something that you would notice. Second thing is, but on the plus side, that is, it's a little bit smoother. You know, the jerking that's happening, it's not particularly bad, but I suppose it's a little smoother. So it's a little bit unnoticeable this time around, even though it is just 3.5 liters. And finally, the way, so let me zoom out of this, lifted up all the 4 wheels or all 4 corners. But actually you don't have to do that. What you need to do is just, I think, is just lift this right side of the car, just the 2 wheels, and you can drain it from here, because the fill port and the drain port for this 740i is closer to this passenger side on the right side of the car. So that being said, I think you can do away with just lifting up the two wheels. And that being said, I hope this video has helped you guys out. Just in case you're planning on replacing your own transmission oil for this BMW 740i. Again, this is a ZF transmission. You can buy ZF oil as well, but in my case, I opted for Liqui Moly Top Tec 1800, exact same oil being sold by FCP Euro as a kit, which includes the ZF filter or transmission oil pan as well. It's about $150, $160. It's cheap actually if you're gonna ask me, but you know, it's a no-brainer. This time, that's not my plan on doing, but maybe next time, in a couple of 1,000 miles later, I'll probably do that as well. Until the next video, guys, have fun out there. Bye.